I don't want to watch TV. My upstairs neighbor's having a shower. This is a mug with a dog on it. Today my mug has a moose on it because our lives are falling apart. We're going to take a break today from the work we've been doing with Twin Peaks because I just saw Mulholland Drive and there's a monologue in it, and stage actors like monologues, and I'm a stage actor. So we're going to do the monologue from the first act of Mulholland Drive. And we're going to talk about actions. There's a bunch of rules of action. Like the action must have its test in the other person, and the action can't be an errand, and the action needs to work through the whole scene. The action can't presuppose an emotional state. They say to them, you gotta, read a book, man. It's not my job to. So we gotta read it a few times to try to get it in us. Just baby steps, starting to learn the text. And then we'll come up with some actions. And the actions are the key to unlocking the texture of the sequence. My acting teacher used to say emotions are a byproduct of your actions, and that if there's not enough emotionality going on, you just raise the stakes. Like you make the action matter more to you. So in this case, this guy is telling his friend about a nightmare he had, and so he can be trying to get support. He can be trying to scare his buddy. He could be trying to plant a mystery that they could solve together. They have to solve it together because the action needs its test in the other person. An action needs to be something that you can succeed or fail. So if I'm trying to plant the seed of a mystery, and it's up to my scene partner whether to take that on or not, right? He decides whether or not he thinks the mystery is interesting. So that means whether I succeed or fail depends upon my partner's uptake. And if I think that I'm failing, that's the key to the emotion of the scene. That's when people get angry or when they start to cry or something. They just try harder and harder to get what they want. Another tip is to wear a belt. You always want to be comfortable on set. Check your fly. Wear a belt if you need a belt. I'm playing Dan. Herb says, it's the second one I've had. They were both the same. I'm in here, and only it's not day or night. It's sort of half night. You know what I mean? But it looks just like this, except for the light. And of all people, but I'm scared. Like I can't tell you. And of all people, you're here. Right over there at that counter. You're in both dreams and you're scared. And I get even more frightened when I see how scared you are. So I'll put my script away, and this will be sort of a paraphrase exercise. We're just gonna do it as best as we can remember it. But I'm gonna throw out a couple of actions here. I've just been playing the emotion, right? Like I've just been trying to look scared, or actually just looking scared, So rather than trying to work myself up into an emotional state, I'm gonna say that let's work with that one we talked about already. Let's say we're trying to solve a mystery. So here, let's read it as if there's a mystery. Why did you want to go for breakfast if you're not hungry? I just wanted to come here. To Denny's? I wasn't going to say anything, but why Denny's? To this Denny's. Okay, why this Denny's? Oh. It's kind of embarrassing, but go ahead. I had a dream about this place. Oh boy, see what I mean? Okay, so you had a dream about this place, tell me. So it's the second one I've had. But they were both the same. And it starts out, I'm in here, only it's not day or night, it's like half night. You know what I mean? But everything's the same except for the light. And of all people, you're here, standing right over there at that counter. And I'm scared, like I can't tell you. And you're scared. And I get even more afraid when I see how scared you are. And then I see it. There's a man out back of this place. He's the one that's doing it. I can see him through the walls. I can see his face. And I hope to God I never, ever see a face like that outside of a dream. And that's it. So you came to see if he's out there? To get rid of this god-awful feeling. Right then? All right, so that did a little something, it seems like. Let's try one now where I'm asking him to protect me, okay? Why did you want to go for breakfast if you're not hungry? Just wanted to come here. To Denny's? I wasn't going to say anything, but why Denny's? To this Denny's. Okay, why this Denny's? It's kind of embarrassing, but go ahead. I had a dream about this place. Oh boy. See what I mean? Okay, so you had a dream about this place. Tell me. Well, it's the second one I had. But they were both the same. I'm in here, but it's not day or night. It's like half night. You know what I mean? But everything's the same, except for the light. But I'm scared like I can't tell you. And of all people, you're there, Standing right over there by that counter. And you're scared. Now you get even more afraid. And I see how frightened you are. Then all of a sudden I know what it is. There's a man out back of this place. He's the one that's doing it. I can see him through the wall. Hope to God I never see a face like that outside of a dream. That's it. So you came to see if he's out there? To get rid of this god awful feeling. Right then? Maybe pushing a little bit there. But yeah, something, I guess. Let's try something else. Let's try like a ghost story. Let's see if let's see if I'm trying to get some sort of cultural capital out of it, inspire my friend, maybe make him think that I'm really cool. If I can freak him out, maybe he'll think I have some sort of spiritual insight or something. So I'm gonna how do I phrase that? It needs to be clear, short enough to keep in your head. Look at me run by one, remembering the rules of action. Let's just say to impress. Let's see if that works. Why did you want to go for breakfast if you're not hungry? I just wanted to come here. To Denny's? I wasn't going to say anything, but why Denny's? No, to this Denny's. Okay, why this Denny's? It's a little embarrassing, but go ahead. I had a dream about this place. Oh boy, I see what I mean. Okay, so you had a dream about this place. Tell me. Well, it's the second one I've had. But they were both the same. I'm in here, and it's not day or night. It's sort of half night. You know what I mean? But I'm scared like I can't tell you. And of all people, you're standing right over there at that counter. And you're scared. And I get even more afraid. I want to see how scared you are. Suddenly I see what it is. There's a man out back of this place. He's the one that's doing it. I can see his face through the walls. I hope I never see a face like that outside of a dream. And that's it. So you came to see if he's out there? To get rid of this god-awful feeling. Right then? So I like the mystery angle best. Although that was fun. I just wanted to come here. Now, see how much color that had? I just want to relax. But I have to be coming from somewhere, right? So as I'm relaxing, I'm looking around at the restaurant and realizing that we've been here for a while. The script specifies that Herb has already finished his breakfast, so I'm just going to look around and realize that it's just a normal restaurant. There's just people coming and going, eating. But we also know from the text that it looks just like it did in his dream. That's got to be unsettling. Even if it is just a